free and clear.
I have 2 children that are going to absolutely love to have a family member.
A week of free adoptions highlighted this year's Clear the Shelters campaign. Meet some of the people finding new forever friends. Majestic monarchs.
It's so exciting, and it's been so rewarding.
Monarchs and other butterflies are finding a new spot in Irving that volunteers created just for them. Find out where you can see this new garden. A cut above.
Mitchell is somewhat the godfather of the barbershops in Irving.
There's going to be a drastic change in here.
Crews renovate an Irving barbershop, and it's all paid for with a grant. See why a partnership with police is really paying off. Plus, taking steps to reduce drunken driving, a preview of Erie Irving Park, and people turn out for the Trash Bash, now on City Source. It's ICTN's 40th anniversary, and we are marking the occasion with new graphics, music, and more. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. Let's get to our first story, and it is one that has already captured thousands of views online. Monarch Butterflies are making their annual autumn migration to warmer climates. It is a long and remarkable journey for the fragile-looking butterflies. Some Irving volunteers found a way to make it a bit easier for them, and we got to see it up close.
Definitely you can tell the migration has started.
These delicate monarch butterflies are on a remarkable journey.
They fly about 50 to 100 miles a day when they do this.
They are on their way to Mexico, where they will hibernate for the winter. On such a long journey,
they are looking for a Buc-ee's, okay? They want a good rest stop.
Irving does not have a Buc-ee's, but it does have this. A newly refreshed garden at Birds Fort Trail Park. It's full of plants that attract butterflies.
Both of these are different kinds of milkweed. This is tropical milkweed.
On this day, members of the group Friends of Irving Gardens, or FIG for short, are sharing some of their knowledge about gardens and different butterflies stopping by here.
We are going to show the public or anyone interested how easy it is to attract butterflies and help pollinators. So definitely native plants help more than anything else.
The group started working in this space a year ago. It had been a butterfly garden in the past, but suffered from neglect and the impact of flooding.
And it was like, how are we ever going to do this?
So all you could see back here is weeds.
It was scary. We didn't know what creatures might be lurking in there.
Volunteers worked throughout the past year to make sure it was ready for this butterfly migration season. For this monarch meet, students from Singley Academy are helping to spread the word.
It's amazing. There's a lot of cool stuff to see all around it. And I like butterflies too, and flowers are really beautiful.
Over here, in spring, we had orange poppy, or California poppy.
People at this event could see several different types of beautiful butterflies in the garden, and members of FIG talked about the monarch butterfly's life cycle.
The caterpillar hangs upside down, turns its digestive enzymes into something that digests its whole body down to the very component parts, and then reforms as a butterfly.
The group hopes people will see how they can apply some of the lessons from this garden in their own yards.
You can make a huge impact for the monarchs with a relatively small space. It can be a container garden with about 4 or 5 containers in a sunny location, or I've got a little garden about the size of a car.
Butterflies, they're very fragile creatures, and there's not really much home for them to go to as we're building more and more buildings, and as there's more and more plants dying. So just putting in a few more flowers over here can actually make a big difference.
This bed has a mix of lantana.
They want more people to discover this rest stop on the Campione Trail, one that is for butterflies and humans.
It's a fun place to come. You're already taking a jog and just make a loop through the garden and see what's happening.
It has been amazingly fun.
Again, that garden is at Birds Fort Trail Park. From the pavilion, turn right onto the Campione Trail, and it won't be long before you will see the garden on your left. The City of Irving's Think Green team compiled a lot of additional information about monarch butterflies, including a migration map. Find it at cityofirving.org/2736. And here's another way to learn more. The Friends of Irving Gardens will host winter sowing at that garden on Sunday, October 17th at 2 p.m. Master naturalist Janet Smith will be the guest. Hundreds of animals are in new homes after the nationwide pet adoption event called Clear the Shelters. The campaign actually originated right here in Irving before expanding across the country. Check out some of the happy moments from this year's event. Huge smiles caught on camera as Maxito joins this family. It was a surprise for these kids, hours in the making.
3 a.m. this morning, I just couldn't go to sleep.
Then Jeanette Gayton arrived here at the Irving Animal Care Campus 2 hours before it opened.
I've been looking at him ever since he got on the website.
Small dogs are the ones that move the fastest. Yes. So for you to get not just a small dog, but a very highly adoptable one, yes. It's like, oh man, you really lucked out. Yes.
And her luck gets better because this adoption was free. She visited during a week-long fee-free event that was part of the month-long Clear the Shelters campaign. That initiative started in Irving and spread nationwide through a partnership with NBC.
Every day of the year, it's about making sure that these animals have an opportunity to go home. But during Clear the Shelters, it happens fairly rapidly, and it's nice to see so many animals go home in such a short period of time.
I adopted my last dog here, and he needed a little friend. So this one's playful, so he'll be a good companion.
Got Smurf right here for you.
Oh my goodness.
Keisha Gavin and Brooke Gent are longtime best friends, looking to add to their busy households.
I have 2 older daughters at home and then this little one, but we need a kitten. I need an animal, a pet.
Look, baby.
You have your hands full.
Yeah. I like to overachieve.
Aww. Our kids really want one. Her kid's been wanting one, so we're like, let's just go together.
We do a lot of play dates, so we'll probably have cat dates now too. So we'll bring them together, you know.
Hi, look at that. Being able to come out, get it for free is a blessing.
We saw her, we immediately fell in love with her.
Ariel Graham and her husband are working toward adopting Jenna.
What do you say, Jenna? Do you want to come home with us?
Jenna has beautiful eyes that she wanted me to see up close before she goes home.
Oh, she's a jumper, sorry. We are extremely excited.
Adopters write the name of their new pets on this whiteboard, and it's filling up. We spotted some unusual names.
We do try to get creative. We had Rabbit De Niro, he got adopted.
And animals.
It's not unusual for us to see all different kinds of animals, snakes, and we have guinea pigs and rabbits right now.
For all of the success stories during Clear the Shelters, there are some that make the team here wonder why the animals are left waiting.
Oh my gosh, Pudge is amazing.
Where's your tennis ball?
Pudge, the playful pug, did not immediately make a match.
She just has personality for days, and we actually had somebody just looking at her, and the woman came out and said that Pudge was just way too ball motivated for her.
All right.
Pudge does want to play with tennis balls all day long, even when she's alone. She did eventually find a home. And then there is Delilah.
She's our longest resident right now.
She has been waiting for her forever home for months.
Such a great dog.
Yeah, she is. It's just she's really shy in the kennel, really shy with new people. She's a big goofball once she decides that she likes you.
At last check, she is still waiting for a home. Clear the Shelters brings new attention to those animals up for adoption and everything happening here.
The other part of Clear the Shelters, besides trying to find homes for all the animals at the shelter, is really to bring awareness about animal shelters and shelter pets in general, and the ways that you can help pets, like volunteering, making donations of food or other items that pets in the shelter could use. You could foster a pet.
There's always animals here that need an extra hand and need a little extra help, and that's what we're here for.
The month-long Clear the Shelters campaign led to hundreds of adoptions at the Irving Animal Care Campus.
Here is Smurf.
Oh my gosh, you guys arrived at the same time. I think it's going to be really exciting for me and my family and stuff, and we're going to give her a good home.
New family members on a new journey. Maxito starting a new life.
Yes, he is.
They are finding happy, loving, forever homes through Clear the Shelters in Irving.
All right.
Yeah, that was a fun one to cover. And during the month-long event, 285 animals found homes from Irving Animal Services and the DFW Humane Society. Of course, there are always dogs and cats looking for homes. Stick around for our Pets of the Week later in the show. If you've watched this program for a while, you've seen our coverage of the Irving Police Department program called Shop Talk. One barbershop owner who has been part of the program from the beginning got a special reward for his participation, a cash grant. We saw how the money drove action that could have an impact even beyond the shop. The buzz of barbers and the chatter of customers.
I know that's right.
All sounds of a typical busy day at Mitchell's Barbershop in Irving. But on this day, all of that activity is gone and nothing is left inside. That's because a big transformation is about to happen here.
It's going to be a drastic change in here.
Before we show you that change, let's look at what's prompting it. Back in 2016, Irving police officer John Plunkett had the idea for Shop Talk, a program to work with barbershop owners to help police build positive relationships with the African American community.
Mitchell was the first shop that we had in the Shop Talk program back in 2016. We approached Mitchell and asked him, what do you think about doing a program?
From day one, he was all in.
The black culture, everything starts at the barbershop. And we need more hands-on relationships with the cops.
And since that first event,
it's just grown tremendously, and to see a transformation like this because of his willingness it's uplifting.
After that, the program's growth surged and even gained national honors. The first time you saw police come in here, what'd you think?
Who getting arrested and what happened?
Now, more than 20 Irving barbershops are participating. Police make regular visits, and no question is out of bounds.
Why is it like this? Why does it seem like we are kind of targeted sometimes?
Did you ever imagine that so many barbershops would be so receptive to police officers?
First of all, I never imagined we had that many barbershops in Irving.
You want to feel safe, they want to feel safe.
It speaks to the need from the community standpoint, the need to connect with the police department.
So this is growing even within the city of Irving. It's bringing the community together.
Let's have a real conversation about what we're doing as the Irving Police Department.
As the program grew in Irving to include meetings and more, the nonprofit One Community USA joined the effort and is working to spread Shop Talk to other cities.
What we're trying to do again is change the dialogue on the street, and this is a great way to do it.
Ms. Brinker and One Community said, hey, look, let's do something for this here shop.
The nonprofit is supporting Mitchell's Barbershop with a grant. $10,000 for renovations.
Just to give back like that, it was really awesome to me.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, it's our pleasure. Mitchell's got this grant because he is an ambassador in the community, and it's One Community and Irving Police Department's way of saying thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna have my booths set up, 4 booths set up here, chairs.
While the funds will improve the interior, the improvements will extend beyond the walls of this shop.
We reached out to code enforcement because there was a lot of issues outside of the shop that Mitchell brought up to me and some of the other tenants in this area brought up to me.
And so we were able to come out here and kind of assess the situation and determine, what kind of violations need to be worked, and our team has been out here working it ever since.
Code enforcement notified the center's management of several issues.
I think that they were a little caught off guard at first, but they have bought into it, and I think that the evidence is out there. I mean, they are making repairs and cleaning up.
They updated lighting in the parking lot, added a dumpster enclosure, cleaned and restriped the parking lot, and more.
Everybody has really stepped up.
Neighborhood crime remains a concern. This part of town has brought some challenges to your department, right?
Yes, absolutely. Apartment tenants tend to be very transient, and so it's really hard to establish that feeling of neighborhood. Couple that with some aging infrastructure, some crime issues that naturally flow into that, and there are some challenges.
What started as a project inside the 4 walls of Mitchell's Barbershop is also geared at improving the entire neighborhood by creating some momentum for change.
Enthusiasm breeds more enthusiasm, and when you see people caring about their property and taking pride in the neighborhood, it is contagious.
As a mother and grandmother, I would hope to make safer communities for our children, to make it a pleasant environment for our children to feel safe, and for moms to take their kids for haircuts, for them to feel safe in a pleasant and beautiful environment.
Help from local businesses made the $10,000 grant go even further. Mitchell got a new sign.
Man, I love it.
And then inside, the first renovations in the shop's 31-year history are complete, to the surprise of some customers.
A lot of them come in, they open the door, they close it. Say, this is the wrong shop.
Now it's like when they come in, they smile.
Now Mitchell wants to bring in more new barbers.
He just welcomed me and told me like, hey, we are working with the community.
And the hope is the improvements will continue to make an impact both in this neighborhood and beyond as Shop Talk, that started right here, further expands across the country.
It's an awesome feeling, man, from the heart.
There we go. Yeah, and One Community USA founder Tony Brinker says her organization has plans to offer more grants to barbershops making a difference. The Irving Police Department will draw attention to the issue of domestic violence at the annual ceremony called Illuminate Irving. This video is from past years, and this time around it will be in a new location, Millennium Park. That's between City Hall and the South Irving Library. In remembrance of victims and survivors of domestic violence, people will place lanterns with names of loved ones on the water. Illuminate Irving is Tuesday, October 19th. 6:30 is the time to personalize a lantern. Then the ceremony starts at 7 p.m. Parking is available at the South Irving Library. And we have more police news now. Mothers Against Drunk Driving hosted its regional fundraiser called Walk Like Mad at a new location this year, the Toyota Music Factory. We were there to talk with participants and organizers about the cause. It's a fun finish to a walk for the most serious of causes. You see the happy celebration of achieving a goal on this day.
We all come together as a team and we support each other.
While nearby, there are reminders of all of the work still ahead and the heavy toll of the past. Mothers Against Drunk Driving is hosting this annual event called Walk Like Mad.
So the reason why at MAD we walk like mad is to honor, inspire, and commit to our families that have been affected by the senseless, tragic crimes.
Of course, one way of addressing drunken driving is enforcement.
The Irving Police Department takes enforcing DWI laws very serious. And we have a dedicated group of officers that go out each and every night to enforce these laws. But enforcement isn't the only thing that we do. It's not the whole mission.
Another part of the mission happens here. Every year, the Irving Police Department has a team participating in Walk Like Mad.
We've done it for at least the last 20 years that I'm aware of. But it's so important to us because we have lost one of our officers due to a DWI-related collision.
I have family members that have struggled with alcoholism, and watching the downfall of those things has made me very passionate about impaired driving.
As they began their walk from the Toyota Music Factory, those families and all of the cases are top of mind.
I'm thinking about the people, and it's not just the person or the victim. When there is a loss due to impaired driving, it doesn't affect one or two people, it affects whole families and whole communities.
Certainly thinking of some tragic cases that we've worked in our unit and clients that we've served, and how MAD has stepped alongside us and helped us in serving those victims.
Time does not heal.
Back on the plaza, Gwendolyn Edwards shares memories of her son, Lewis.
He kept everybody laughing. He the one invented family night.
A drunk driving crash killed him in 2010.
He was riding with a drunk driver that was 3 times over the limit of being drunk.
She shares his story every chance she gets, not only to show the tragic impact of drunken driving, but also the positive impact of MAD.
Even after 11 years, I am still able to go to MAD, to therapy, without any charge. So I do know that the money that they raise is definitely being used right.
30 teams have raised over $50,000 for today's event.
The Irving Police Department usually receives an award for its fundraising.
That is a title that we are very lucky to have several years in a row. So we're trying to go for another year.
We'll find out in a minute, right?
We'll find out in a minute, yes.
First responder team, the winner of the Irving Criminal Justice League. Love it. Well done.
That money is recycled back into the community, specifically for victims and for services.
And when it comes to supporting victims, no one can forget specially trained canine Ritter.
You know, Ritter works with our victims too and provides support to all victims of violent crime. So he's out here doing his job as he always does.
While most people think of the flashing lights and enforcement, Irving Police want you to know they have a lot of ways they are taking steps to confront the challenges of drunken driving in Irving.
It brings light to a situation that is easily preventable. It's a choice.
By the way, Irving is also home to the national headquarters of MAD. And on another note, the police department will soon kick off a new anti-drunken driving program at MacArthur High School. It will involve some interactive experiences for students. It is the time of year when a lot of people are looking for frights and fun. So Erie Irving Park is back for a second year, and this time around it will be different. You may remember, as you see in this video from last year, it was a drive-through event. This time it is a walk-through. The Parks and Rec Department is planning a lot of open-air haunted scenes, as well as some activities for younger children. Erie Irving Park will be at Trinity View Park, on Saturday, October 30th from 5 until 10 p.m. Admission is free. Don't be a litterer. As the new campaign says, that is not the easiest word to say, but it is easy not to be one. The city is kicking off this campaign to target the litter problem. You'll see images such as this one on social media and in city publications as Irving works to address concerns about litter. Some people are taking a hands-on approach to helping with litter, and they're having some fun in the process, as we found out at Keep Irving Beautiful's annual Trash Bash.
This is our 30th annual Trash Bash, and we're really excited about it. We've got a great group coming out today.
I saw it as a really great opportunity to give back, and I love seeing people come together. So I haven't been able to volunteer as much recently just because of COVID, so I thought it was a great opportunity.
Just an opportunity to serve and help.
It's good to have some sense of normalcy in regards to being able to contribute to the local community and pick up a lot of trash.
Our goal is stopping litter from reaching the Elm Fork of the Trinity River. Irving is blessed to have the Elm Fork and the West Fork.
I think it's so important to keep trash out of nature. You know, you see so much when you're driving down the highway and even when you're walking around.
It's not grass or dirt, it's trash.
So a piece of litter actually could be dropped here and end up in the Gulf of Mexico. So our goal is stopping it before it hits the river.
I teach at Singley Academy. And so I'm in charge of the Interact group. What I'm trying to do is help kids. If you learn to volunteer, then you'll volunteer the rest of your life.
On this Keep Irving Beautiful project, we are partnering with them, with the city of Irving. Also, we adopt a street.
We've partnered with Keep Irving Beautiful in many different forms throughout the past couple years.
We appreciate that Irving spirit. I mean, look around us. That spirit just shines all over the place.
It's really awesome to see all these people come together.
We're also planting a tree today to commemorate our 30th anniversary. We've got a 95-gallon bur oak tree that we're planting, and the cool thing about that is it'll help educate people how to properly plant a tree, and then it's also to help support mental health awareness.
And not only we promote sustainability, building community, but also it's great to just be outdoors and socialize with others as well.
We want to come here, volunteer in the city, definitely want to see people from the community.
There's all different walks of life, all wanting Irving to be clean, all want Irving to be a place where people can make a difference, and it's just a really cool event.
The volunteers collected more than 550 pounds of trash and recyclables. They also donated more than 1,000 pounds of food to Crisis Ministries of Irving. It's time now for our Pets of the Week, so let's get a virtual visit to the Animal Care Campus. Michael Whiteside is with the DFW Humane Society. Michael, great to see you. Who do you have for us today?
Hey, Thomas. So today we're going to start out with Luna. Luna is about 10 months old. She is what's considered a pocket pitty. So she's a pit mix, but she's very compact. But even in that small, compact body, there is a lot of personality. She is so much fun to be around. She loves to run. She loves to play. When she's paired up with other dogs, she loves to chase the other dog and thinks it's a huge, funny game. And she'll just follow them around and chase them for as long as she can. But she also likes to just hang out with people as well. She's just very, very friendly, very sweet. We do believe that she is most likely deaf. We've done a few tests, with different noises and that type of stuff, and she doesn't really respond. But she does pay attention if you give her hand signals and look at her and interact with her when she's looking at you. She seems to understand what you're doing, but we do believe that she's deaf. But again, that doesn't stop her. She's just constantly on the go and just ready for a great home.
A special needs dog for a special family ready to go. Let's talk about Stitch next. What's Stitch's story?
Yeah, so Stitch is another awesome dog. He is about 10 months old also. He is a blue heeler mix, and he was actually surrendered. I believe the people had gotten him when he was about 4 or 5 months old. They had him about 4 months old and decided it wasn't a good fit for them. But they did spend a lot of time training him because he is so smart. He knows all sorts of commands like sit and lay down, and he knows when it's time to eat. He's super friendly and amazing with people. He is a little unsure of other dogs. Although we have paired him up, you could tell that he wasn't quite as thrilled about being paired up with another dog as the other dog might have been. So he isn't too sure, but he does seem to do okay with other dogs, but he's not quite sure of them and sometimes seems a little intimidated. But he's so sweet and so smart. He's definitely one you're going to want to check out.
If you're curling up on the couch and want a dog to have with you, you have a special for those nights watching ICTN or a movie, right?
Exactly. So all month long, October is actually Adopt a Shelter Dog Month. And so this month, because we have so many large dogs right now, we are doing our Petflix adoption special, where all dogs 40 pounds and larger are free to adopt all month long. And it's perfect, like you said, for either getting ready to binge watch some of your favorite shows. You can have a little cuddle buddy to watch with you, or if you just want to binge real life, get a dog and spend some time getting out and spending time with them and walking or running or just hanging out in the backyard. Either way, it's a great time to find a home for a big, larger dog.
And it's interesting, after Clear the Shelters, where you saw a couple hundred, more than that, adoptions, y'all are already full.
Correct. I mean, we, for our large dogs right now, we have about 1 kennel available. I believe Irving Animal Services is kind of doubled up in a lot of their kennels right now. So we are seeing a lot of larger dogs coming into the shelter, both surrenders and strays. And it's kind of, I guess it's sort of kind of getting back to 2019 levels, pre-pandemic levels as far as intakes go. And so we're just really encouraging people to do as much as they can to get the word out to adopt both dogs and cats, so we can help clear up some of those kennels that we have full right now, because we know there's going to be more coming in. But we know there's a ton of people out there willing to help out.
Yeah, and I know you want to help all the animals you can. Michael Whiteside, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Thomas.
The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. Check out the websites you see on your screen for hours and to see more adoptable animals. A new event called the Las Colinas 5K9 is bringing people and their dogs out for a good time at a new dog park. Coverage is coming up next time on City Source. Also, we will look at plans to develop Oak Meadows Park. Hear how the city is incorporating residents' ideas into the design. And we will be at Illuminate Irving for the annual ceremony that draws attention to the issue of domestic violence. Remember, you can always email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. Also, find us on YouTube. Our channel is at youtube.com/thecityofirving. Subscribe and you can get notifications when we upload new videos, and we always appreciate the likes and positive comments. That's it for this edition of City Source. Thanks for watching, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.